This is the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. Your hosts are Aaron and Mayumi Muller, owners of 8 companies that run without them, and founders of the LBO Academy. It's your turn to discover how you can own a business that runs without you. Now, here's Aaron and Mayumi.
Good afternoon, everyone. You're listening to Aaron Muller with the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. If you can't listen to this entire show, you can always go to lboradio.com. That's lboradio.com to get the entire show and any other previous show that we've done. Today, our guest is Malika Siddiq. She's the owner of Lika Love. Lika Love is a local boutique that sells women's apparel, accessories, handbags, and jewelry. Malika started out in a truck 5 years ago and has since grown her business to 3 locations in West Seattle, Madison Valley, and Lower Queen Anne. Very impressive. Definitely, this is why we want to have her on here. Starting a business is so difficult, so it's going to be great. Also, we have my co-host, Mayumi Muller. She's not only my business partner, but also my partner in life. She's an amazing woman, a true hustler, and if I didn't have her by my side, I'd never have the success I do. Say hi, Mayumi.
Yeah. See, this is why. Okay, well, first of all, thank you so much for coming on our show this afternoon. You guys, I'm excited. But I like my words of affirmation. I get those every time we enter and exit a
I might have to rewrite the script just to kind of change it up.
Not a bad idea. I love it. It's great. I like hearing it, especially if we get into a little disagreement prior to the show.
Yeah, it's kind of words of affirmation. It's like
okay.
Positive comments to say up front so that it starts the show right.
Yes,
that's why we do it.
We love it. I don't even know where to start, Malika, because we were just talking before we started the show. I met Malika maybe 3-4 years ago, and I'm just going to do should I let her start? Okay. So I met her at South Center Mall, which is called like Westfield Mall right now.
So it's just a mall down in Seattle area.
Seattle area. And there's this cute little, was it an Airstream?
It's actually an old school paddy wagon.
So, it was?
Oh,
yeah,
even
the
cooler.
City of Seattle owned it, and then they sold it to the city of Long Beach.
Oh,
so I actually drove down to Portland.
What?
Sorry, I took the train down to Portland.
Oh, because you could drive it back.
Portland, Oregon.
Oregon.
For people out of the state.
Oh,
or
sorry,
out of the
yes,
area.
Portland, Oregon. And I went with my goddad, and he knows a lot about cars and trucks. So he went with me, checked it out, and I was like, this is a gem. 1980 GMC step van.
It's Wait, is it on your website?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Okay,
absolutely.
because I have a picture of it with you and your daughter, who they look like sisters. So I'm just like getting ahead of myself. So anyways, super cute. It was a showroom on wheels with a fitting room with just gems. Like every time you look, if you come out of it and then go back in, you find like 10, 15
Where was
more
it
things.
located in the mall? This is a big mall now.
Outside.
So like in the parking lot or what?
No, on the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk?
In front of Joey's.
In front of Joey's. They would actually lift out, I don't know what they call
those pilings or whatever.
Yeah, the barriers.
They would pull those out, and then I would drive that baby in.
And she would park it right there.
Do you still do that?
I do. So
okay, wait.
Sorry.
Let's start.
Okay.
I know what she does.
All right.
And it's fantastic. So let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
So please tell us a little background and how you started.
Well, let me just preface this because it's so cool that, we got somebody on here that started this business
from scratch.
5 years ago, and you've become so successful in it. And it's so difficult to start a business. We all know that, and that's why we're always teaching, go buy a business. So it's great. You're going to be able to, explain how this whole process worked and how you got there. So I like this.
Well, how I started was just my love for fashion. I've always loved pushing the envelope, trying new things, checking out the fashion blogs, all the magazines, television. I've always been into it. And I always wanted to open a boutique. But starting a business, as you guys are saying, is really difficult.
Yeah.
So opening a brick and mortar for me seemed really overwhelming. Like, I don't know if I'm ready to go all in. And I heard about fashion trucks, and I was like, oh, that's brilliant. Like, that's a great way to get your foot in the door without having a brick and mortar, just to
Right.
make sure. Like, I've never owned a business before. I've always
Right.
worked for small business owners,
Mhm.
so I've seen the hustle.
Yeah.
But for me, having a fashion truck just seemed
Yeah.
like, okay, this is something you can do.
Mhm.
You're starting off slow. You're getting your foot in. You're learning a lot. And so I decided to buy a truck. And I had it completely outfitted, like Mayumi's saying, with
Beautiful.
it looks like a walk-in closet.
It does.
The fitting room's amazing.
It's little chicy. It's just like a little, like Kim Kardashian's closet if you walked in there, and that's how beautiful it is.
Oh, I love
So when you started this business, did you have any money?
So I am a single mother, and being a single mother is also a hustle. So I
Yes.
feel like my entire life has been about hustling.
Yeah.
And so I've always saved. I had to.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just never know as a single mom what's
What
going to happen.
emergency.
If there's if
Mhm.
there's a rainy day. So I've always been really hardworking, really good at saving my money. And I
Nice.
always knew that.
Save your money.
Save your money. I learned that at a very
Did you have
young
Did you have a
age.
technique to save your money? Because this is for those people that always
Yeah.
ask us, "How do I get into a business? How do I save the money? How do I
Yeah.
do it?" What can you give
I
us?
think you
some?
have to start small. I mean, this is
Okay.
what I tell my daughter all the time because that's like her argument. My overhead, and I'm not making a ton, and la la la. And I was like, you know, sometimes you just have to start putting money aside. And
Yep.
whether that's starting with $5 or $10
Right.
or $20, it actually doesn't matter. It's just getting into the art of saving. I
Yeah.
think that's
Mhm.
important.
I totally agree.
And so for me, what I did, probably like in my actually like mid 20s, I just started saving $25 a week. And that
Awesome.
seems
I love
really
it.
small. But in the bigger scheme of things, when you save money and you put it into an account,
Yeah.
you don't really touch it.
You don't think about
Right.
it.
And you don't think about
Yeah.
it.
Right.
And the $25 doesn't.
It doesn't
it's nothing.
impact
Yeah,
And
your
the bigger
lifestyle.
scheme, that's
Right.
like a coffee
Right.
3 or 4 days a week.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
actually not that big of a deal. So for me, I just started really small. And then the more I saved, the more I wanted.
You got
to
excited
save.
to save more.
You
Oh,
saw
totally.
it growing and growing.
You know, I see
Absolutely.
those apps now like Acorn, where you
Oh,
can do that. Where
yeah.
it
Acorn's a great
what it
app.
does, every dollar you spend on, let's say, a credit card or something, or like let's say you spend $10.05,
Yeah.
it puts 95 cents into a forced savings.
Oh, I
And then you
get
can
that.
add more if you want to, but it's a
the
great
loose
way to
change
it's like
that it
loose
adds-
it's basically
that it
loose
adds
change, so your
into
debit
it.
card, your credit card,
Yeah.
whatever you have, and it always just estimating up or whatever.
Yeah, it rounds it up.
Rounding
so like
up.
you said, if it's
Yeah.
95 cents, then it puts in
Yeah.
like $1, right?
No,
Or
if
puts
it's
in the
95
ni-
cents, it puts in 5 cents.
5 cents,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. It rounds up. Goes back to the days of like piggy banks. I
Yes.
mean, you save your pennies and your
Yes.
nickels and your
I love
dimes, and
this.
over time.
And then you were able to start a business based off. How many years did it take you to save to get to that point?
Well, let's see. I would say probably 10 years, but in the midst of that, I bought a house. So it
Yeah.
was like saving and then investing,
Yes.
saving
You're
and then
just-
investing.
yeah.
Yep.
And
So you're trying to make your money work for you in various ways, right? You were probably
Yeah.
doing other little investment things here and there, right? To kind of
Yeah,
get it up
It's
there.
an investment.
Parlaying that money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels good to have assets as opposed to, I mean, the things that
Yes.
you do on a daily basis are fun and it's entertaining and it's great and it's a part of life, but it's actually more, for me, exciting to see all of the things that I'm creating that are long term.
Exactly.
As opposed to in the moment. So that's kind of where my head is. And yeah, I mean, I would say it probably took 10, I mean, for the business itself, maybe a good 5 years, and then like 5 for my house. But that was just,
So
constantly
then you
thinking
save the
about
money,
it.
you go to buy the
Trailer
trailer in Long Beach.
Yeah.
or truck, right?
Truck. It's a
It's
truck.
a step van.
Step
is what it's
van.
considered, yeah.
And made it look phenomenal. And then you had it there for how many years?
So when I opened Lika Love the truck,
Mhm.
I kind of started hitting the ground running. I mean,
Yeah.
I was again just back to like the hustling stage where okay, I have the truck, I have the inventory. Now let's make some money. And I'm actually really good at networking.
Oh, she
I
is
will
good.
pat myself on the back.
She is good.
And I've networked from the young age of 20. Did I know I was networking? Did anyone ever tell me that? No. But now that I'm a small business owner, I have this crazy amount of contacts that I've
Yes.
just made over the years, just organically.
Because you're so
great- and
personable.
you're a good
I mean,
connector.
you glow.
You're
like
a connector.
you walked in here, and I was like, "Wow, I feel like I'm next
Yeah.
to my wife right now." You both glow the same way.
Aw,
She does.
Right.
She
so
brought.
Yeah, it's
You know how
awesome.
when people come into a room and they make the room more dim and gloom, and you're like, oh God. But
And
then there's other people
that's Ben, our videographer.
Yeah, no.
I'm just
Ben,
kidding.
you didn't hear that. But then there's also times when people walk into a room and it might be just kind of like an uncomfortable situation, and they walk in like Malika does and brightens the room. So that's you guys were
so
talking
sweet.
with Malika. She is the owner of 3 clothing boutiques here in the Pacific Northwest, and she started with a truck that she converted into a fashion truck. You can go to www.likalove.com. I just wanted to plug you in.
Yeah, thank you.
Because
I appreciate
okay,
it.
let's do social media.
Yes.
She's fantastic. Go to her website. You can go to any of her social media platforms, and she does videos, online fashion shows. So now that you have the truck, it's been 5 years, and then tell us.
So
You got the bug, girl.
well,
You got the bug.
And I'm sure like you guys know, having a small business is a hustle. You run into obstacles all the time. Sometimes they break you down. Sometimes they
Yes.
make you work harder. I mean, it's a thing. Like, I think it's part of life.
I agree.
But being a small business owner, it's tough. And you do run into these obstacles. And the thing that helps me the most is my tribe around me that keeps me
Yes.
motivated. They have my back. They tell me what an amazing job I'm doing. It's a good
Right.
reminder. And so 9 months into having the truck, I was actually kicked off of Alki. And the city,
Oh.
a police officer, told me I couldn't park there. And he said, you need a permit. And I said, well, I've tried to get a permit from the city of Seattle.
And Alki is where
Alki.
you, like the area where your residence is, or is that where you were selling stuff too?
I was selling. So,
So doing it at multiple locations.
Yeah, she was a mobile fashion
I thought
truck.
she only did it at South Center.
No, you did South Center a
No.
couple days a week,
only,
right?
Yeah, for a short period of
Yeah.
time. I think that's when like retail took a dip at malls.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually
She
as
was
busy.
mobile. She would go everywhere.
And Alki was probably my best place where I made the most money because it was during the summer. There's a ton of foot traffic.
Ton of
And
foot
people
traffic.
are down there wanting to have a good time. So
Yes.
being able to shop on Alki made them feel like, oh my God, this is really cool. It's something to talk about.
It's like Venice Beach,
Exactly.
right? And just shopping. And so, okay, I can't even stop talking to her, but we got to go. So Malika is the owner of 3 clothing boutiques in the greater here Seattle area. She started the business out of her truck, a fashion truck that she converted into this amazing closet. You can follow her at Lika Love Boutique on IG and Facebook, or www.likalove.com. You can follow us on The Lifestyle Business Owner on Facebook and Instagram, and you can always listen to us anytime, anywhere on lboradio.com.
More of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show coming up on AM 1590. The Answer. It pays to listen. Now, back to Aaron and Mayumi Muller on the Lifestyle Business Owner Show.
Welcome back to the Lifestyle Business Owner Show, where we talk about the street smarts of small business. This afternoon, we have Malika Siddiq. She's the owner of 3 clothing boutiques in this area. She started the business out from scratch 5 years ago with a fashion truck. You can go to www.likalove, LIKA and please follow this amazing woman on Instagram and Facebook. It's likaloveboutique.com. Thank you so much, or Lika Love Boutique, Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much for being on our show this afternoon. When we left off in the last segment, we talked about some challenges. I know, listeners, it's hard to believe that there are challenges when you're starting a business.
I've heard of a few.
I've heard of a few. But you know what? I love what you said, that you had positive affirmation from your tribe.
Yep.
You have a great tribe, a village that surrounds you. And I think it's because you exude so much positivity and you nurture your relationships. I mean, again, I met Malika 3-4 years ago, and she made an impact on my life. I mean, we exchanged business cards, phone numbers, social media platforms, and however way I could help support her business. That's what I wanted to do.
Yep.
And
she-
so,
yeah.
yeah, I did.
I remember.
Yeah. Cha-ching credit card,
That's just-
honey.
Yeah.
Oh, Malika needs my credit card
I wasn't
again.
even talking about that. But you're right.
And I look good.
Yeah. So we left off with the challenge. So you had a fashion truck that you parked at various locations and you sold out of your truck. You had a dressing room that was so adorable. The whole thing setup was great. So you were in West Seattle selling and selling and selling. And then one day somebody said, you can't sell here. You don't have a permit.
Correct.
Okay.
And I had tried to get a permit. I want to make that really clear because I didn't in the first segment.
They make it hard.
And because there aren't a ton of mobile boutiques in Seattle, I think I'm the last man standing. When I first opened, there was actually 5 other mobile boutiques. And we did stuff together. We did events and parties and things together.
I did not know
and it was a lot of moms who had younger children. I'm lucky that my daughter was older when I started, which is why I waited. But it was hard for them. It was hard for them to balance being a mom, having a business, and then trying to hustle to book events and parties. And so for me, I was like, I'm just going to park where I want to park. The city isn't telling me where I can park. I'm paying my taxes, so I'm just going to park where I want. And I did. And I did it for 9 months, and it was awesome. And I did really well at all the locations I parked. But after I got kicked off of Alki, that was a big blow because I didn't feel like I was doing anything wrong. And the officer was so rude, and he said, if I see you down here again, I'm gonna fine you. And everyone was like, who cares, pay the fine. I was on the news afterwards. The city of West Seattle was really upset for me because they know how hard I worked and what it took for me to get to that point, and they just felt like, let her park where she wants. She's a small business. She's not doing anything wrong. So, anywho, I had to pick myself up from that situation, and then I decided to look for a brick and mortar.
Oh,
cool.
there we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
And that's how the brick and mortar even really came
so the
into
cop
play.
Was kind of a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely.
Right?
Most things are.
It forced you to start thinking bigger.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I did a pop-up 4 years ago, and I did it for 6 months.
What's a pop-up?
A pop-up means that it's a temporary space.
So
like
it's not a
Halloween
permanent.
Stores?
No, I know. I'm trying to.
Oh, sorry.
For our listeners.
Oh.
That was classic. I like it.
Sorry. I'm like, maybe like those Halloween stores.
Don't ask silly questions.
Okay, tell the listeners.
I will. Yeah. So a pop-up store is a temporary space, and it's a temporary space that you build, but you don't really build out in a way that you would build a permanent space. And it's a shorter lease. So for me, I signed a 6-month lease. I was able to go into this space and see if I liked the location, if my customers liked
what location was it?
So it was the old Clementine in West Seattle. We were right next door to Pagliacci's.
Oh, I know where that is.
Pagliacci's expanded, and now they have a dining room. So having a space for 6 months, and I just want you guys to know, me and my honey built out that space, just him and I, maybe help of like a few family members for in 7 days. And everyone's like, there's no way you guys are going to open. And I'm like, I'm determined. When I want to get something done, I get it done. And we just went in and made that space beautiful.
Oh, that's so awesome.
And it
like
was
awesome. A true small business owner. You got to do what you got to do.
And she did.
I did, and it was amazing, and people loved it. So everyone who shopped on the truck was like, I actually love that you have a space. I love the truck, but I love all the inventory you have. I love the dressing rooms. I love that I can run around with my girlfriends, and there's a lot of space. And so we had a great
grand opening?
Great grand opening, but everyone's feedback.
The feedback was good.
Really,
so that validated you deciding, I need
this was a good move.
Totally. It was exactly what I needed for the next boost to take things to the next level. And so from there, went back into the truck, and I had to get creative. I was like, okay, so I can't park on the street anymore. I don't want to park in parking lots because no one shops in parking lots.
Right.
So then I decided maybe I'll do private shopping parties.
Yes.
And so for spring and summer afterwards, when I was looking for a permanent space, I did shopping parties, and that was awesome.
It was. I didn't get to schedule one yet, but I've tried.
We will.
But
we'll
you do champagne.
Yes.
And it's, you guys,
God, you're
this
creative.
is a great
I love it. You think outside the box.
She does.
Thank you, and you have to.
Yes.
Yeah,
and and one thing, interrupting, I love that Malika collaborates with other people. She knows that other businesses need to help each other out. And I love that she doesn't mind if other businesses are part of.
Just makes it that much
She
more
makes
better
it
of an event.
exactly.
I'm all about supporting
Yes.
businesses and really about supporting women small businesses.
Yep.
I think we are a force, and in West Seattle, there's so many women business owners, and we're all
great.
really supportive of each other.
That's
And
That's awesome.
I think that's the way it should be.
It
And
should.
you're right. Like, I'm all about networking, collaborating,
Yep.
helping build each other
Yep.
up. I mean, people come to me all the time asking advice and
Questions, yeah.
questions, and it's great. I want to share.
Well, that means you're doing something
everything.
right if people are coming to you and asking you questions.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so then you found a spot in West Seattle. That's your
Yeah.
first location.
So I actually found the spot in Madison first.
Oh, okay.
And I had a broker at the time, and she actually found that space for me.
Great space.
And then in West Seattle, literally after, I think about 2 weeks after
It
we
was
found the spot
quick.
in Madison, one of the West Seattle business owners said, "Hey, there's a space available. I know you're looking." And I went and looked at it, and the owners were like, "Sure, you can have it." And I was like, wait, 2 stores?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
I opened 2
So let's
stores.
focus a little on this.
yes. It's like
Which was
whoa.
like crazy. I don't even know how I did it. I honestly can't wrap my head around it now. But I opened West Seattle in September of 2015. And then I opened Madison October of 2015. So 4
Wow.
weeks apart,
No,
I
that's
opened
crazy.
2 stores. How I did it now with just, the juggling of 3 businesses and employees, and
Yeah.
the retail world is changing a lot. I mean, it's changed
It is.
drastically from when I first started 5 years ago. So just with that,
Yeah.
everything involved, opening Queen Anne 2 years later, that's just knocked me. I'm definitely like, holy.
So okay,
moly.
so let's talk about it.
Wow.
Then, do you
Yeah.
feel like at this point you maybe pushed the limits a little bit by getting that third store?
I don't think so. I think I just have to remember that every year of opening, every first year of opening a business, it's like a baby. Like you really have to be there, and you really have to
Yep.
nurture it. You really have to
Yes.
put everything into it.
We say
And
that
with
too.
West Seattle and Madison, I was able to kind of pull away a little bit.
Right.
So when you kind of pull away and your businesses are running, and then all of a sudden you open a third store and it needs all your love
Yep.
and
Yeah.
attention again, you're almost like, oh wait, I was getting away from that. Like the shift
Right.
Yeah.
The shift.
of the dynamic of how much you're investing.
Absolutely.
So I think for me, it's more of just like, where do I want to invest my time and what do I want to do? And I do want to open new locations. I think it's just a reminder of when you do open something new, you need to have the ability to invest in it.
To
Yes.
invest time
it needs
into
you.
it.
Invest
Hyper
time.
focus on it.
Yeah,
hyper-focus.
absolutely.
So, and you talked about doing more online, right? So
Yes.
maybe because you're seeing,
That's a
are you
fourth
seeing that
fourth
this?
store.
Okay, you're a boutique, right? And a lot of boutiques actually struggle from being a business broker. I see it, and I know that it's not an easy business to be successful in. So, and then if you don't adapt with the times, which the times
Yes.
are saying online shopping is a big competitor. So you have to kind of join that, right? I mean, are you there? Are you bringing in more e-commerce so that you can, or are you so
I think
specialized that you're not?
you
don't
know,
think it's needed?
so the beauty of Lika Love is that we have grown organically.
Mhm.
The beauty of it is that we have grown relationships that
Yes.
are lifelong relationships, and people love to come in the store.
I
so people
agree.
who know us and shop
So
with
they
us on a
like the
regular
experience.
basis, they love to come in the store and they love to try everything on. That's
Yep.
what I've heard across the board.
Right.
However, the change is people aren't coming in the store as much.
Mm-hmm.
So it is, how do we get people shopping as much as they used to without coming in the store, even though they love the store experience?
Yep.
And that is online and Instagram for us.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, Instagram is like our bread.
She is an
and
Instagram diva.
butter.
Oh,
Like
nice.
we invest so much into that, and it's
love
rewards
it.
all the way around. People shop on Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, with
Yeah.
us, they
Yep.
shop more on Instagram than they do online.
That's what I
because They
do.
get to see things on a body because
Yep.
we're constantly doing stories
She's
and
doing
live videos and
and
fashion
shows. She does. So what I love, I just bought something from your Instagram. She is so current content, clothing, everything on the daily that
Yeah.
I see it, I like it, I message her. She's like, here, I'm going to send you an email, what size? And, you know, I know we have a good relationship, right? You can't remember all of your customers, but she knows my size.
Wow.
She knows, you know, like, oh, no, you don't need a medium, you need a large, or no, you shouldn't wear large. I mean, just this is what this woman does. It's
So you're doing things
it's amazing.
that make you special. Like you're not
Yes.
just a store selling clothing. You add some personal touch to it,
Yes.
and then the Instagram gives it a very social, but also a very much more personal touch too, because you have the story and everything that.
Yeah,
No,
people
we
are
could-
connected for sure.
No, honestly, could talk forever, but let me send you guys to this fantastic woman's information and site, www.likalove.com. Here thank you so much for being on our show this afternoon.
having me.
We are talking with Malika, and she owns 3 boutiques in Seattle, Madison Valley, and Lower Queen Anne. Go check it out. She's on Instagram and Facebook, Lika Love Boutique. She's phenomenal. Here at the Lifestyle Business Owner Academy, we're not rendering financial or legal advice. We're not telling what you should or shouldn't do with your money or your business. We're just simply telling you what we do personally. When we come back, we're going to start our LBO segment. That's where we have the opportunity to talk about how to buy business, grow profits, and make it run without you. Make sure you follow us on the Lifestyle Business Owner Show anytime, anywhere on lboradio.com, and also follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Time for a quick break, but we'll have more of the Lifestyle Business Owner Show right after this, here on AM 1580. The Answer.